And finally, we have Group F. This is match day 1 of AFCON. This is how Group F went. Before we start, Group F has Morocco, DRC Congo, DR Congo, Tanzania, and Zambia. First game was Morocco taking on Tanzania. Tanzania were very, 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 very disappointing in this game. I think in terms of performances, I think this was the single most disappointing. Let me not say the worst. The single most disappointing performance in match day 1 of all the teams. They just fouled a lot. They just didn't have a shape. They were in a back 5. Again, they were in a back 4. Like, the team was they just looked out of sorts. And yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I said I predicted they'd win the game. I thought because of Azam. Guys, spare me. But yeah, Adel Amrouche, the former Kenya coach, who's now their coach, has a lot of work to do. They were beat 3-0 by Morocco. Morocco just looked like just business as usual. Free kick from what's his name? Hakim Ziyech. Keeper saved it, but saved it straight to Roman Saiz. I think the defender who conceded the penalty was who was the person who conceded the penalty? It wasn't a defender. It was Hamid, I think, or Hamad. One of them considered the penalty, considered the free kick, and then even when the rebound came in, they're the ones who kind of took long to react to let Roman Saiz actually slot in, and that's how it was. 1-0 went into halftime. I thought they still had a chance. They also tried to make a sub just before halftime, but didn't have the same effect as the one Namibia made. Was it Namibia? No, Angola made against Algeria. The Angolan coach, Pedro Goncalves, made, bringing in Mabululu to change the game. In this case, Msuva did not have the same effect. Second half was more of the same. Just Morocco, they were just playing well. They were just on second gear. They got their second and third goal 2 minutes apart, 77 and 88 minutes. Unai's goal was the standout one. He was everywhere. He was on the left, he was on the right. Like, just before he scored this goal from the right, he was on the left. Then he drifts off to the right and then just slots in an amazing goal, right? Like, just the 1-2, the passing was really good. Adli came on and played well. Then the last goal was En-Nesyri. Again, assist from Hakimi. Tanzania, 2 defenders trying to hold a high line. The 2 defenders not holding a high line, the rest of the team is holding a high line. And that's how Hakimi just broke the line, crossed to En-Nesyri, went to VAR, confirmed that he was an offside, and the goal was given. And yeah, Tanzania were beaten 3-0. Again, very disappointing performance from the Tanzanians. Then the last game of matchday 1 was DRC taking on Zambia. Again, I told you guys DRC were such an impressive outfit. I did not know how good these guys were. To be fair, there's not much opportunity to watch them, but yeah, they were really good. The team is actually quite stacked. Bakambu up front, Gael Kakuta, former Chelsea man, Johan Visa, Brentford guy, Chancel Mbemba, who plays for Olympic Marseille, also played for Newcastle, and Masuaku, who plays for Besiktas, Galatasaray, one of them. Also, he played for West Ham. So they look really good. But for me, the standout players in this game were Bongonda, obviously, and Kakuta. Like, the movement, the passing, the confidence, the tactical awareness, they were quite dope. Bongonda's ability to carry the ball kind of reminds me of Eze, like a guy who just slaloms. Like, he just moves, he just glides with the ball, Yeah, that was DRC. Zambia were just solid. They were not beat. They're not easy to beat, but at the same time, they don't cause too many problems. The goal they scored was off a mistake by the keeper. Yeah, more on that game in the recap video if you want to hear my analysis of that game. And yeah, that is how the group ended. So Morocco are now in top spot with 3 points. DRC 1 point, Zambia 1 point, and Tanzania in last place, holding the wooden spoon. Next up, Morocco is playing DRC, and then Zambia take on Tanzania. And that is how Group F looks like. And that is our Matchday 1 recap of AFCON 2023.